All right, the second and last. Why am I still on the team? The second and last event or thing I want to talk about today is the up and coming Jinchūriki seals. If it's the up and coming Jinchūriki seals. All right. So people are asking me, is it worth it? Should they actually and go after these two? If it's going to be two, hopefully they'll combine it and not make it all confusing like that and have it two different ones. But if they combine it, it is actually worth it if you have, or if you're going after a Jinchuriki team. They kind of replace the Akatsuki team overall, and you can kind of do either or, whichever one is easier for you to accomplish. If you already have most of the Akatsuki already out there and you want to actually use them, then go for it. But if you want to go for a more Jinchuriki team, they all kind of have like buffs for each other, and they're pretty dangerous, especially if you get Han and Roshi. Han and Roshi, if you put them in front, they're dangerous to combine together. Like, it's pretty hard to kill both of them. It sucks. They do massive damage combined together. And if you put them out there with Killer B in the main, or maybe like with Water Main or something like that, you got yourself a good team right there that's going to be end game. Pretty hard to deal with. These two, Yagito, like, they seem more like Trolly. She's good sustain in DPS, her special does a lot of damage, and he's kind of like Trolly because he can actually copy the opposite side. And again, more about sustain. It's not necessarily about killing, it's kind of like being more annoying and then wearing the person down, which is fine because as we get higher, you're not going to one-shot people pretty much. So it's neither here nor there when it comes to that. It's a fine thing to actually take a part, be a part of. Fu is okay. Fu is like having a fire main and Ino in the same team. She can heal herself, and good DPS when you actually get her to actually do the DPS, because she has to attack somebody who slept already with her mystery skill. Then she'll hit everybody, and that's pretty good. But she can sleep people and keep people locked down, so she's good for stuff like ninja exam and like special PvE areas that you're gonna need her for. But trust me, you're gonna need her. And he's like having a Hanzo, like a Jinchuriki version of Hanzo, so he's definitely worth it and causes a lot of poison damage to people, so you want to think about actually having it out. So you have a few different things that you need to think about when it comes to this. If you want to start going for a Jinchuriki team and have them replace everybody in like ranked battle or something like that, then go for it. You want to go after Roshi, because Roshi is like the quintessential in-game tank in China. Like, you need to pay attention to that, so go for it. Han is also a tank, so you can get lucky and maybe get him as well. So you kind of like have two chances to get two very good characters. The other four are kind of like neither here nor there. You can also get Killer B, so gotta think about that as well. Now, thinking about these four seals, they kind of intertwine, because if you're going for them, then you don't need this ever again, and you shouldn't be like spamming out going after like Akatsuki anymore. Don't even worry about them, because you're gonna be going after the Jinchuriki squad. Now, if you don't want any of these, which would be curious, but you can just continue to spam out the Kage seal and then go after all the Kage, because all the Kage are very useful. Oniki is useful. Mei is definitely useful, even more so than what I thought from before, and Ai is definitely useful. So, and then of course you have Itachi and Sasuke hanging out in the background. Well, not in the background there, but hanging out, in the seal. You also have Dari, who's in the seal, and Mabui. Dari and Mabui are two very important ninja. Mabui can shield everybody, and Dari can buff and be devastating with Lightning Main, which Lightning Main is just like the end thing to have right now. Is end game. And like, I get annoyed because I was saying it months ago. I'm gonna keep repeating this because people piss me off with that, because they don't want to listen to me for whatever reason when I was saying this stuff before. Lightning is quintessential end game. He is end game. So when people were saying Earth, Fire, and everything else, no, it's not. Lightning is the easiest character to do it with, and he hits extremely hard off a passive without actually needing to do anything. He's He's badass. There's nothing else to say other than he's badass. So I don't have anything else left for you guys. Is what it is when it comes to this. If you want to go after your Jinchūriki, go after them. If you don't and you feel they're not worth it after you've looked up what they've done and everything, then stay in the Kage seal and spam out the Kage seal until you get all those ninja, and then migrate over to the Jinchūriki. But if you already got a whole bunch of Akatsuki, I wouldn't. That's the only time I wouldn't do that. I would go with the Akatsuki team, because you can use the Akatsuki team as long as you have Conan with them, and then she starts to get her buffs when she gets skill breaks. That makes the Akatsuki team end game. That's what makes like Conan by herself, when she starts to get buffed, actually pushes them into end game. Without Conan, it's not worth actually doing, and then go with the Jinchūriki or stay in the Kage seal with the Kage ninja. But that's about it. So I got for you guys. Hope you guys understood that. Just needed to clarify that because people were asking me questions about the up and coming seal. So there it is, and I will catch you guys soon. Peace.